Now then, back from my jollies. We've been in Ibiza for 10 days, but we're on straight back at it. We're at Grandad duties today. It's our Lydia's 5th birthday party, so she's getting a little bit of a banner on farm gate. So on this little trailer, that cow box come on that trailer, and sold cattle box, and so trailers was sale, 600 quid if anybody wants it. She's a beauty actually. Lights, brakes, right thing. In the 10 days we've been away, the lads have been real busy actually. They've made some beautiful hay, and it's gone, a lot of it, and all there's just remnants each shed, so I've had a look at it in some really fantastic hay. They've had temperatures up to like 28 degrees, so it's really been good haymaking weather. But we got quite a shock when we pulled down farm track. This barley here, how it's altered. I mean, 2 weeks of hot weather. Tell you what, that'll be nearly there. You know, harvest is going to be fairly early, I would say. Well, you'd like to say it's second week in July anyway. And everything looks really well, but very dry. Whether it's got enough moisture to fill, I don't know. But but no, it looks good.
Oliver's happy, he's got his Claas back. He started bailing on the Massey and he don't like this tractor. All new head gasket, modified head gasket as well, longer bolts or whatever, and a thicker gasket. And 2 new bearings on the front axle suspension that were knackered. So in the 3 years it's been on this farm, that's the first sort of money it's had spent on it. Which ain't bad, is it really, for a 12-year-old tractor? But we did know the head gasket was going to go at some point, because that is a problem with them Claas Arions. 6,000 to 6,500 hours and you're looking at a new head gasket, I'm afraid. I think the kit Frank was saying was about 1,200 quid. And God, you ought to see how much stuff was in this kit. It was unbelievable. So I didn't think, I know it's expensive, like, but it's not that bad, is it? 1,200 quid nowadays. And she's right for another, well, Frank says it'll do over 6,000 now with a modified head gasket, so we'll keep her running. Looking at this, I think we should have been on it a bit sooner myself, but it's just baked in this heat. But we're Richard being on holiday, me and Oliver have been busy making hay for the last 10 days, so this is our last field, we're about through it. And then after that it can rain for a week, so we're desperate. It's an old pasture, is this? It's a bit rough. It's got little ditches in it and permanent pasture it is.
Before I went on my jollies, we treated ourselves. We bought this off trade off a mate of ours that I was at Claas. He traded it in against the Claas tractor, and fella wanted a loader tractor rather than this thing, and we went to see it and bought it trade, and I think it's right enough. Phil's loaded quite a few wagons while I've been away with it. We're thinking about putting a Manitou headstock on it though. I've had a pal of mine, contact with a pal of mine at a Claas dealership, and he reckons he might have a headstock to go straight on, and we'll do a part exchange, so we don't have to piss ball about with different buckets, because we're going to keep the Manitou, but it's not up to towing a lot of straw. It's got no drive whatsoever. But I'm disheartened with the old bloody Manitou experience, I really am. So anyway, this is why we bought this. But it's got some grunt. I don't know how many horsepower it is, but it's really got some pull. You know, it'd be totally on top of the job, pulling straw out at back to barns and heaps. So carry this bloody massive bucket. In fact, Phil says when it's full of wheat, the machine can hardly cope with it. It's too big. So if that might be for sale. So if anybody wants, I think it's nearly 3 cube bucket. What does it say? It's big. Yeah, big is sometimes not always best though. Because if you tip the bloody thing over, yeah, 2.5 metre cube it is. So yeah, nice machine, very tight. It's done about 6,000 hours, 5,800 hours, something like that. But very, very tight. It seems very solid. I don't think it's had a lot of hard work. Where our machines get hard work. I mean, like pushing into muck hills, pig sheds. When we first bought the Manitou, we had a lot of pigs outside, and it did go a hard time. But if a machine ain't up to an hard time, why sell it? You know. Salesman ought to say, well, it's alright if you piss balling about loading a few wagons of wheat and that, it'll be alright, but if you put it through any proper work, it'll probably break. So anyway, I ain't gonna slate it too much. But yeah, nice machine. Very pleased, in fact. I'm very pleased with new Baler, our Ollie. Bloody hell. He says he rung, well, when they first went, I was on holiday, about 4 pints deep. And I sat in this bar and he rung us up, this Baler won't tie knots. Oh, what do I do? What do I do when I'm half cut and sat in a bar in Spain? Anyway, they rung back about 10 minutes later and says all of a sudden it's just started to tie. And it's been no bother since. One bother with a little, one knot had just popped the last field with about the last 5 bales with 3 bands. But yeah, he says it really clocks on and all. How the mouth is different to our old one, I do not know. But it just feeds twice as fast. So yeah, another good buy really. I'm pleased because, and ours went to York Sale, our odd Eston. It made, well, nearly what I paid for it actually. So pleased with that, and someone they've got a good baler because, I mean, as long as they don't want to go contracting with it or out. I mean, if they want to do 1,000 a year, it'd be perfect for them. So yeah, so we harvest. Yeah, 5,700 hours. It's the first time I drove it when I bought it. It's the first time I've drove it since it's been home. Tell you what, nice machine. Yeah, nice machine. God, it feels so tight. A little bit of wearing boom pads there. But not in pills. Oh, she's got some drive and all. Yeah, very pleased with it. Wasn't cheap, like, but now it's cheap nowadays, is it? We bought it trade though, which means there's no warranty. Will at Seward's, well, I call it Seward's, Claas Eastern. He says, go and have a look, Rich, and see what you think. You know, have a good go in it. And then you buy it trade, and whatever you agree on at that price. Well, there was a trade price anyway, there was no bidding or out like that. I rung another mate of mine, and what do you think? Nah, it's right enough at that, innit? And I think it is. oil underneath it anyway when it parked up on a good nice dry concrete, so she's not a bleedy one. Won't be long, will it here? Right, Lydia's party now, so we'll go get ready. Right, bye for now. Just before I go, I'll just show you what our Oliver's been up to. He's making a bale spike for his new machine. Oh, he's making a good job, he is. It's out of an hard drag frame, and then we bought through 4 tines and cones off. We use Pan Anglia. In fact, give them a go. Our rep's brilliant. We used to use another firm in Lincolnshire, but they're always ringing you up like telephone sales, and I got sick of it, to be honest. I won't deal with them anymore. Anyway, Paul at Pan Anglia, he looks after us, and if they ain't got it in their catalogue, he'll source it and all. You know, he does your homework for you. It's bang on, it is. So that, yeah, Ollie's making a right good job of this. So yeah, and what we're making is going to make a frame on top as well, so we can go like pick 3 up off a put three up at a time, like, and then we can take that off in winter, so it don't catch tops of sheds in 4 yards. We don't know what to do with this hard lass. I don't know, 2 minds. I mean, got 3 loaders now, but that's so handy for parking here with that, you know, as a mobile table sort of thing. For what it's worth, is it worth 8 grand? I don't know. And it's sentimental value. That's exactly. My dad bought that when our Oliver was born. The day our Oliver was born, me and Nicky were in York Hospital shelling Ollie out. Well, she was. And my dad was in Seward with Mick Bird buying that. Been a brilliant machine. It's been abused to death. Only big repair we've had on that is we got some band around the prop shaft and it burnt the brakes out. We lost the brakes. We repaired the brakes. Oh, that's about it. Start motor or 2 and stuff like that. Oh no, to be fair, we had the torque converter done on this, but it had no oil in it when Frank stripped it, so that was probably our fault. So, and RAV and lift and all for a little machine, you can lift 3 ton. You know, unbelievable for a little machine. Right, that's it. I just listened to some rap. Radio bloody walking.